Send these guys out. They seem stressed out when all I've done is come to talk to you. Why are you afraid?
I'm currently watching, let's see. JWs Don't Want to Understand Watchtower, taught 1975 by War on Watchtower. So that's what you're hearing as I'm coming on. Welcome to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber. And we're getting ready to call Warwick. I have some questions and I figured, hey, let's do this. All right, let's see. I'm gonna wait until 11, so I just kind of wanted to get on a little bit ahead of time, give everybody a chance to kind of like come in and watch. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the live feed. If they give me an opportunity to speak and ask the questions, I will definitely do so. I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna be trying to watch on the other phone as well so that I can kind of see who's here. And hi Denise, how are you? I'm nervous. I don't know why. I have every right to understand, I feel. So what I'm going to be asking them, this is something that I've asked them before, is about my affiliation status with their organization. I've actually called in the past. It's been many, many years since I made this call, and I was really disappointed in the answers that I got with regards to my request to be like separate from an affiliation or to have zero affiliation with the organization. I had called in, I asked, like right before you got baptized, I don't know if you remember this, I'm sure you do, but you were asked by the elders to remove your name from any affiliations that you had with any church prior to becoming one of Jehovah's Witnesses. And that's something that they're really strict about. They really want to make sure that you do not have any affiliations with any other organization. So I was born as a Catholic. And so since I went through a baptismal process with the Catholic organization, they had my name in affiliation with that organization, or the Catholic organization. So the elders even went as far as to help me draft a letter and find the information in order to call like their main office to where I was baptized as a baby. And I, sent the letter in, I called, I followed up on it. I made sure that there was no more affiliation with me and the Catholic organization. It was a requirement. So since that happened, it was, I don't know, like 5 years ago, maybe, I don't know, somewhere around there. It's been a long time, but I had called into headquarters when it was in the other location. And I had asked them, I remember being told that I had to disassociate myself and all affiliations with the Catholic organization before I was able to get baptized. And I would like to do the same now with your organization. I don't want to have my name in any of your books, lists, whatever it is that you guys carry as far as information on your publishers. I no longer want affiliation with the organization, period. And they refused to remove my name from their roster. And I was really upset about it because, I think that that's my right. I feel that that's my legal right to go ahead and take my affiliation away from that organization. As time progresses and as things go on, I know that it shows in their roster, and I don't even know exactly how to say it or how to call out, like, hey, what it's called. But as things progress in life and as their religion becomes more and more a public catastrophe, I really don't want my name to be associated with the organization whatsoever anymore. I really don't want for anybody to be able to see a list and it have my name on it, whether or not it's in good standing or it's not in good standing. I want nothing to do with that organization anymore. So that is the reason that I'm calling today. I want to have my name removed. I don't know if I'm going to have to take legal action in order to have it removed, but I want it removed. I think it's a little thing to ask. I mean, as far as they're concerned, they just strike my name, get rid of my information. There's no need for them to keep my service records anymore. There's no need for them to keep records of how many halls I helped build or how many, studies I had or how many, heaven forbid me thinking about how many people I brought into the organization as an auxiliary pioneer or even just as a publisher, itself. So... James, thank you so much. I didn't realize that it had gone super chat, but thank you. I appreciate the donation. Hi, Vinny. Hi, Teresa. Denise. Okay, let's see. Hi, Linda. All right, I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I'm going to call. Let's do this. Is it 11 yet? No, I should wait. If I have an opportunity to ask any question, and it's a toss up for me. Like, I feel like, okay, should I just go in and call and say, this is what I want, and this is what I'm expecting, and this is what I need done? I feel like I'm going to get like a really bad response from that. That's kind of how I handled it last time. I kind of was just more like, this is what I want, and you need to do it. And they were like, click. So I don't know that that's going to actually be the answer for me this time. I would really at this point, I think at that time, I didn't even realize some of the things that I know at this point. Or maybe it was just too soon and I was just too afraid to ask the questions or ruffle the feathers it's like, how can I even liken this? It's so... because I was born in, and I think that may be a huge difference for me, but it's like being reprimanded or scolded by like a parent or something. And I just, I don't like it. But if I have an opportunity, I'd really like to ask about the 47 scriptures that they've decided to delete out of their Bible. And that is just... the early scriptures, the Old Testament scriptures. There's 47. I mean, if you think about that, like, I did a funny video about it, just like, like, what should we think about this? But if you really think about it, how in the world are they able to give an accurate witness using that Bible that's missing 47 scriptures in the Old Testament alone? It's insanity to me. And I don't believe, and I can't remember, but I don't think I knew that at that point, that so many scriptures had been taken out of their Bible. So maybe I'll ask that question. Maybe, I don't know, like, we'll see. I'm going to jump down here and see if there's any questions. So I'm looking down, that's why. Hi, JW Slayer. William, hi. Thank you for being here. From San Antonio. I know I shouldn't be nervous, but it's just kind of that way. Like, let's see. Do you guys have any questions that you'd like for me to ask if I get the opportunity? Let's see. How many people think I'll even get the opportunity to speak at all? Let's take a poll. They probably are more afraid of me, huh, Denise? And then I was thinking, and I want you guys' weigh in. We have a few minutes. We have like 4 minutes before I start this. But do I right away kind of just announce before they can even get their bearings that this is being recorded for quality purposes? Or do I not? Because if I ever wanted to use any of this information for legal purposes in order to have my name removed from their roster, anything that's recorded would have to be, they have to know that it's being recorded in order for it to be used. I'm wondering, should I do that real quick? Should I not do that? Should I be totally dishonest and just fake it and bullshit through trying to you know, get some answers to some things? Or should I just be upfront and honest and be like, hey, you know, I no longer wish to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and this is why. Tell me, what do you guys think? Yes, I am definitely, Linda. That is my, she says, is there any way that your name can be removed from all of their records and can be confirmed in writing? That is actually exactly what I'm going to say. I'm glad you wrote it here, just in case I get too nervous. I can look down and I can be like, oh no, I can't, because I'll be on this phone. Hi, A Bug's Life. Thank you for being here. Denise says it's your conversation, so you can record it. You don't have to tell them. Really? I thought that if you were going to use any of that, and it may just be different because California is so like crazy about laws. They want a law for everything. So in California, I believe in order for anything to be used in a court of law or, you know, that way, then you have to be notified that you're being recorded. But maybe it's probably best that I don't. Let's see. You're getting close. So I will tell you, I have my lapis lazuli. That's the way I say it. It's probably, I'm probably off in saying that, but my crystal, it represents communication and the throat chakra. So I'm like, I need this because I'm going to need to be able to communicate properly and without falling all over myself. And I also have my rose quartz because I need some healing when it comes to this Jehovah Witness stuff. I also have cornelian because I feel like I need to be grounded during this call. And yes, both my feet are flat on the ground because I want to make sure that I'm grounded, because I have a tendency, if I'm not getting to where I need to be or where I want to be, I will get my ruffles feathered and it will make me feel upset. So I need to be very grounded. I also have selenite because I want to make sure that I am, you know, at the highest frequency possible. We need to try and get this conversation going without a lot of negativity going on. So, all right, we're 1 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to look at this one more time. Being assertive, you're right, Linda. Being assertive is my right. And it's crazy. It's crazy to realize at this point in my life how much this organization has taken from me as far as being able to be assertive and being able to be confident in what I'm saying. All of that I was never fully allowed to develop that because I was in the organization as a young child. And growing up throughout life, that is not okay. We all know that. So it's a lot that I'm like, whew. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to this. Let's see how it goes. Wish me luck. I screenshot the number so that I could get it going. Okay. Maybe I didn't. Okay, let me just Google it really quick. Has anybody else done that where they've called in and tried to remove their affiliations? I'm really curious about that because that's not anything that I really hear in any of the videos these days, is like, you know, people trying to remove their affiliation. So 845 524 3000. 1-845 524 3000. I hope you guys can hear this okay. I'm going to turn it up as loud as I can.
Good afternoon, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hi there. I was wondering, who would I talk to about removing my affiliation with your organization?
Yes, let me transfer you with an elder. Could you tell me what state you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from California.
North or south?
South.
Thank you. What is the language of your congregation, please?
English.
Thank you so much. One moment.
Thank you. Hope everybody can hear okay.
Service Department, how can we help you?
Hi, I just had a quick question. I was hoping that you could help me with this. When I was baptized with your organization, right before my baptism, I was told by the elders that I needed to have my affiliation with any other religious organization removed. And at that time, I had an affiliation with the Catholic organization, and the elder helped me write a letter, and I called and was able to get that removal. I'm wondering at this point, I no longer wish to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses for many, many reasons. I can't seem to get any answers to my questions, for one. And I'm wondering, what do I need to do in order to remove my name from affiliation with your organization?
Have you been associated with the congregation?
I have been associated with the congregation.
I mean, has it been a while?
It has been a while, yes.
Okay, because basically, I mean, the congregation that you went to, the close congregation, you can just go to the elders and tell them you no longer want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay, well, I've done that, and I've asked to have my name removed from all records, just the way that you guys asked me to do with the Catholic organization, and they said that they couldn't help me on that level, that I would need to call into headquarters and get my instruction from you. So that's why I'm calling you.
Well, that's basically what I'm telling you. I mean, when somebody is disassociated, basically we just make a note that somebody's no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's all we have.
Okay, would there be a way that I could get you guys to put that in writing so that I have a copy of it? I'm just asking. That's exactly what you guys asked for me to do with, my affiliation with the Catholic organization, and they were completely willing to do it. So I'm sure you guys would be completely willing to help me, right?
Basically, the decision not to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses is your decision. So if you don't want to be one, you don't have to be one.
Right. So just like it was my decision not to be a Catholic, but what they will do is at the congregation, whatever, then it would just make an announcement that you were no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses. We don't put things in writing now. But you do put things in writing, because I have a field service reports. I have all kinds of reports that are submitted to headquarters. So I know that things go into writing. I know that we don't have your name here. We don't have your name here. That just all comes in as a group from the congregation. Everybody's okay, so then I was misled by the elder at the congregational level, being told that records are kept with headquarters. That was a lie? Well, I don't know what he told you, so I can't comment on it. I'm asking you. I'm telling you. Okay, so you have zero records. You have zero records of your... We don't have individual publisher records here at the branch, no. Okay, so all records are kept at the congregation. Right, the individual publisher records are kept with the congregation, yeah. Okay, so then would they be able to go ahead and give me that letter that says that I am no longer in affiliation with your organization? We don't provide a letter, we just make an announcement. That's all we do, okay? But for me, I feel like I'm not satisfied with that, because... Well, I'm sorry about that. We don't have a letter. That's just... And can I get your name, please? Did you get a letter from the Catholic Church saying that I sure did. And if you were listening when I talked to you in the beginning, you would know that... Excuse me, I'm talking. Bye.
If you would like to return to the operator, please stay on the line. Your call will be connected momentarily.
Okay, let me calm down. It's just
Good afternoon, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hi, you just transferred me to an elder who hung up on me. Is there any way that I can speak to somebody besides that elder who hung up on me? I don't feel like my question was properly answered, and it's really important to me that the question is answered properly.
Yes, let me transfer you to Bible question.
Okay.
So the brother, he answered to you?
I was asking him a question, and he kept on talking over me, and so I raised my voice a little bit because I was not being heard, and he hung up on me. Can I just ask you, like, is that how you guys handle things? I would hope that, you know, this organization would be willing to ask or answer questions that people have.
But why you raise your voice?
Because he was talking over me. He kept on talking over me as if what I said he didn't want to hear for some reason. And I don't understand that. When I talk to somebody, I have a conversation, just like I'm having a conversation with you right now. You're quiet while I'm talking, and then when you talk, I'm quiet. And I think that's a cordial conversation. He was talking over me, and so I was trying to, you know, tell him I had things to say, and he hung up on me.
Wow, but that's happened in service department, right?
That was happening, whatever department it was that you sent me to was the department where the elder hung up on me. I think it was the service department. This is my question. And I don't know who, anybody else, maybe someone else can answer it, but I would like for my name to be removed from affiliation with the organization at this point. Like I said, I have many questions, and anytime I try and ask anybody any questions, the elders get angry with me, and I don't understand that. So I don't know why I would want to continue to be affiliated with an organization where I can't even ask a question.
Okay, let me transfer you to Bible question.
Okay.
One moment, please.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon.
Hi there. I had a question about my affiliation with the organization and how to remove that affiliation. Would you be able to help me with that?
You can talk to the local elders.
I did talk to the local elders, and they said that I needed to talk to headquarters, that they didn't handle that.
No. The local elders will handle that. Were you baptized at one point?
I was baptized at one point, but if I'm being told that they won't help me, then what do I do next?
Mm-hmm. Like I said, they should be able to help you.
Okay, but I'm letting you know, and I'm calling you because I'm
then you send us a letter and give us the name of the congregation where this is taking place.
Okay, and then what happens then? And
we'll
then
take it from there.
Okay, but how will I know when the appropriate time is to go back and to be able to talk to the I mean, like, I'm not getting a resolution here.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please help me? I'm just asking for some help.
Yeah, I'm telling you what to do. And
okay,
that's the help I'm going to give you. So what you're going to do is you're going to send us a letter, all right? You basically, what are you doing? You don't want to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses, right?
Yes, I would like to have my name removed.
Okay, great. So again, you send us a letter with the name of the congregation. If you have a name of an elder that you spoke with, then give it to us too.
Okay, so then...
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And then after that, we'll communicate with the local elders to handle this the proper way.
Okay, so then will I be able to count on the elder getting in touch with me, or will you guys write me back to let me know?
We would endeavor for them to visit you or talk to you.
Okay, and then...
Communicate with you to let you know.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I'm not done. I have one more question. So once they are told to communicate with me, will I be able to get a letter or something stating that my name has been removed from this organization's roster. I don't exactly know what you call it, you know, but I want my name to be completely removed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll
You basically, yeah.
you will send me a letter?
No, we will not send you a letter. Not unless you request a reply from us, but we will communicate with the elders. This is handled locally, not from the branch side of things.
Okay.
This is what I'm insisting that it is handled locally.
Okay.
They take care of it.
Okay, so, and I understand that. So, but I know that each congregation is very well directed on how to handle things. So that means that direction probably comes from headquarters. So I know that you would probably know what that direction is and how these situations would be handled. So my question is, what at the congregational level, will I be able to get a letter stating that I'm no longer in affiliation with Jehovah's Witnesses?
No.
Okay.
You want a letter?
Well, and let me just explain to you why I'm wanting this letter, just so that you understand like why I'm asking for it. But when I was baptized, and if you're an elder, I'm sure you know about this, but when I was baptized, right before I was able to make that commitment, I needed to relinquish any status or social status I had with any organizations, any other organizations. So, for instance, I was baptized as a Catholic, and so I was made to remove, not made, but I was asked to remove my affiliation with that organization. I had an elder sit next to me, help me draw up a letter, also help me call and make sure that my name was removed. The Catholic organization sent me a letter. It was something that was required. So they sent me a letter stating that I was no longer in affiliation with their organization. So now, I mean, that's something that the Jehovah's Witness organization required for me to do. So I would assume, and maybe I'm wrong in doing that, but I'm wondering, is your organization, since they require it, are they also willing to give that same letter to somebody who isn't wanting to be affiliated or associated with their organization any longer?
Sure. What you can do is when you write to us, you can include that too.
Okay, so then I can ask for a letter. And then
you can include it with.
And you guys will respond to my letter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that was all I really needed.
Okay, very well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness in this.
Okay, take care now. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Well. Looks like I may get, I mean, come on. I don't think that they're really going to give me that letter, but let's see. See what you guys have. I was shaking. I know you guys could probably totally see that. Let me see. So look at the difference. I'm glad that we did this and that we did it in this live fashion, because look at the difference in how some elders are compared to others. So I guess it goes to show that not all elders are evil, but some of them are very short-tempered and don't like to be challenged and like to talk over people. I get like so, I don't know, I think being held down as a woman in this organization for as long as I was, I have a short fuse when it comes to anyone in that organization trying to talk over me or not let me have my piece of, like not letting me say what I have to say. So, okay, let's see. Duck, duck, goose, but we got it right. Yes, win, score. Let's see. Right, JW Customer Service says, honest conscience, Dave. Hey, Dave, how are ya? Yes, they do. They say that none of that information comes. So we got a little bit of truth and a little bit of lies, because the very first elder said that they don't get records from the congregations, and that's absolutely false information. Why would each congregation have a requirement to record all of these things? And they record, I don't know how it is today because it's been a long time since I've been involved. But when I was involved, they had the kingdom or the ministry school. So they had to record, and they rated us on our talks. They rated us. It was a literal school that we went to on that, it was a second meeting. Was it the second or the first? The first meeting of that either Wednesday or Thursday night that we would go, to the Kingdom Hall. All of those records go to headquarters. They have to keep those records. They want to know how we're performing. They want to know if we're progressing. It's important to them to know that we are progressing because that tells them the likelihood of us sticking with it or not. And it gives the elders an indication of what they need to do in order to push the flock along in the direction that they want them to go. So, Linda James, you're absolutely correct. They do. They send those records. They send your service records. They send your, service meeting records. They send the numbers of how many people attend. And we know this because why? Because they have, JW Broadcasting something or other, where they give us all the numbers. How would they be able to give us all the numbers of all the people that are within the organization if the congregations weren't reporting to headquarters? So lies, lies, lies. He was so rude too. Sorry, you guys. Sorry, I lost my temper. I couldn't help it. It was so bad. All right, let's see. Sitting Straight 12, welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, Peter, I have to talk to you about that Mike Hawk situation. So if you can inbox me at avlog82@gmail.com. Let's see. Exactly. A Bug's Life says, do as we say, not as we do. And that is very, very much their philosophies. Let's see. What's up, Marvin? Oh, man. I swear, this stinking phone. It's not letting me look at comments. Okay, I'm going to try and see if I can disconnect and then. Internet may not be available in your area. But it's on my iPhone. I'll have to do a video where I gripe just about the different services out there. Just kidding. All right. Well, I'm trying to reconnect. Talk to me. Let me know what your thoughts are on this call. Good, bad, indifferent. Okay, I think it reconnected. I think so. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh, Linda says she wasn't baptized, but she was an unbaptized publisher as a teen. I do. I wonder what they keep. I wonder if they keep records on, well, I mean, if your parents were baptized, then they probably, of course, would have records on you as their child. But I don't know. That's a great question. Sitting Straight 12. Didn't things change legally? Oops. The ones that had, the feed keeps moving. I'm sorry. Had you okay their records can be sent or held by the org. Didn't think so. I don't know. See, there's a lot of things that have changed since I've been out of the organization. So you could very well be right on that. And I'm just really not sure what the answer is to that. Hi, Manny. Welcome. Let's see. A Bug's Life says, I want my blue envelope. They shouldn't be able to keep those kinds of records. I agree. I think that if maybe I'll just record my going over to the congregation that I used to be a part of, and the whole conversation of me asking for my records. And maybe we'll just do that live too. I mean, it's only fair that we get answers to these questions that plague us. Let's see. Thank you, Midwest Messenger. I tried so hard. It was like I could feel my blood boiling when that elder kept on trying to talk over me, and I was like thinking to myself, don't blow up, don't blow up. You're gonna ruin everything. But I tried. Yes, you're right, A Bug's Life. They do. They pride themselves in keeping records. And it's part of their unity. They pride themselves also on the unity that they have within the organizations around the world. If they didn't keep records in a central location, how could they be so unified? They would have to. So yeah, bullshit. I call bullshit. Yeah, they have all of our files. They do. I mean, you know, like what's going on in Russia, and I don't know a whole lot about it, so I can't speak on it a lot, but I do know that they're being considered like an extremist organization, and that they're being treated accordingly. And so, like, if that were to happen here, I don't know what's happening, and it makes me sad because a lot of the publishers are wonderful people, really, really, really trying to do what's right. And so it saddens me to know that they're going through such persecution in other areas. But what if that happens here? Do you really want your name in association with that organization, and an organization that they consider to be an extremist organization? So when you talk about like an extremist organization, you would be thinking also like of the jihadi type of organizations, things like that. Those are organizations that they consider to be extremist organizations. Jehovah's Witnesses in Russia is being considered that way. So I find it to be of utmost importance to remove my name and my children's names from that organization altogether. I think it is so, so, so important. I'm going to jump back down here to this feed. Oh, really? I don't know. You know what? I haven't really had an opportunity to watch Mike and Kimmy very much. I have such a short attention span with some things. Like if the videos aren't short in nature, like, I don't know, like I end up like losing my attention for it. So that's probably one of the reasons. I need to go and check some of their stuff out because I know that they're very thorough on a lot, and probably, I'm sure, all of their topics. So I should go back in and take a look at that. But Sitting Straight 12 says, I believe Mike and Kimmy did a video on this whole thing. I'm going to go back and look for that and kind of see, cross-reference our videos and see how they were treated versus how, you know, we were treated today. I think we got extremely lucky. The first conversation that I had with the first elder, that is more indicative of any kind of interaction with an elder when you are blatantly saying you no longer want to be a part of that organization. They just treat you like absolute shit. And that, the way that the first elder spoke is a lot of what I received, the treatment that I received when I was a Jehovah's Witness. And again, it has to do with 1, I was a woman, 2, I asked a lot of questions, and 3, I did things that they felt were abnormal. And when I say that, I mean, like, I really felt so much of the time that our young ones were put under an extreme amount of pressure. I didn't just feel like it once I got older. I was that child that was under an extreme amount of pressure. And I remember it being like, I felt almost like I was in prison all of the time. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't have any friends. Like, all of that stuff was just so hard on me as a young person that when I got older and I was a part of the organization again, I made a point to do activities with the teens and with the younger people in the organization. And I was looked at like, what's wrong with you? Like, And I didn't care. I did not care. I felt it was so important, like, to be able to get those young people out, to be able to have, to go to the movies, to go to the beach, to have sleepovers, fun slumber parties with, you know, that was me. That's the sister that I was in the organization. And I have never been, I probably came out of my mom's womb, like, swinging. I don't know. Like, I have never been the kind of person that likes to be pushed around. And so within the organization, I was known that, you know, if I had a question about something, I was going to go and ask, and I was going to demand an answer. And so just like today, that first elder that we spoke to, that's how I was treated the majority of the time. So when you hear from different people out there in different videos that there are different kinds, and I think Free Monique spoke about this one time, but when you hear about there being different treatment for different witnesses, it's absolutely 100% true. I can attest to that. Okay, I'm gonna look down here and see if there's any questions. Okay, Peter, I'm gonna get back to you today. You said that you sent me. I will. Julia Graham says, go with your crystals. I'm gonna have my bra's gonna be all weighed down with like all these little crystals inside, because I'm gonna need all of this like super amazing energy so that I can actually get through the meeting with them I mean, that's a scary thought to me. Can you imagine? I was like shaking here for a phone call. Like, I don't know how to express. I'm gonna have to figure out a way. I don't know how to express the fear, the feeling, the energy that flows through your body when you're confronted or you have to confront an elder or a body of elders about any kind of situation. It's really terrible. That's how I feel about it. I have all of these like emotions and feelings and energy that run through my body that I cannot even explain when these things happen. But let's see. Oh, Linda's saying, yeah, when your literature says that all non-baptized people will be executed if they're not a Jehovah's Witnesses during the big A, Armageddon, then yeah, they're an extremist organization. I agree. And I mean, like, to a point, I feel really bad for these publishers. I was reading, whose video was it? I think it may have been, maybe it was Vinny's video. I don't know. I was looking at a video the other day. I look at so many videos, so I get confused, but I was looking at a video and there was a 19-year-old boy who had made a comment on the video, and I almost replied to it and then I just didn't. But he was saying, he was sticking up for the witnesses, and he was saying a lot of things that were really true. I guess he was from Africa, and he was talking about the segregation and apartheid and like all of these things, and how within the witness organization that there's such unity among the different races of people. And yes, I give that to them. I can't take that away. However, I think that there is oppression with races within the organizations, but the way that it looks on the outside, and I think Marvin has talked about this, you know, in his videos at I Am MKT on that channel quite a bit. But yes, from the outside it looks very unified. He was like really sticking up for them because of that, you know, and he was saying like, within this organization, what I see is love and kindness and this, and for the most part, I would like to say I agree with a lot of that. There is the publishers and especially the newer, the people that are newer witnesses, they really try. They really try, and it's not their fault that they're being misled from the upper echelons. I have to say that. The ones who've been born in and are, you know, older now and have gained position within the organization, it's a very different story for those people. They have, their empathy is pretty much gone. But when you start out, you have lots of empathy for people, and they make it that way. Part of their training is that, you know, in order to show empathy for others, they want you to have that in the beginning, because you have to go out into service. You have to go out into the field service, and you have to be able to bring others in. And if you don't have like a true sense of empathy, people can see that. They can sniff that out a mile away. So the babes in the organization are truly more of the kinder people within the organization, but absolutely still an extremist organization. Let me see if I missed anything. Let me see what kind of time we're on to, because I don't want to keep you guys forever. Teresa, I completely agree. Jehovah's Witnesses is a counterfeit religion. Monopoly money. I wish it were just monopoly money. I wish we could have just donated monopoly money, though, because that would have been amazing. Instead, it was like, you know, don't go to school, don't get an education so that you can get a good job and support yourself. Give us all your money. Give us all your, you know, your hard-earned money in these jobs that are menial, that you have to work twice as hard to make your dollar in. And when you die, please give us your inheritance as well. You know, that is exactly the mentality of the Witnesses. And I do funny videos sometimes, like, and if this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you for being here. Welcome to the community. Please subscribe. I'd love to see you on a more regular basis. I do funny videos sometimes, and although like I'm having fun like making the video on Snapchat or whatever, I'm talking about real stuff. You know, I'm talking about real things that either I've experienced or things that I know, you know, with other people within the organization. So let's see. Alrighty, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this off. I'm going to have to decide when I'm going to go and visit the congregation, because like I said, it's super important to me to have my name removed from their roster of publishers. Although, I mean, I know I'm not on their good roster anyways. Like, anybody who looks at that is going to be like, oh, DF'd. And if, you know, certain people have anything to do with it, they'll be like apostate, which I don't care. Let me just tell you right now, what being an apostate, and I know I said I was going to let you go, but I'll let you go right after this. What being an apostate means to me, within the organization, it is very demonized. It's been demonized to the point that we hold so much fear inside about speaking because of it. Because what they tell you is that being an apostate is the deadly sin. It is speaking against Jehovah God, and that you are going to die. How does Darrow say it? You're going to die an evil, terrible death. No. I mean, but that's the way they say it. And you could take a jog over to Darrow Wellberg's channel. I mean, he is a beautiful, bright, shining Jehovah's Witness star. He really shows what the organization, how the organization feels. He shows on the outside what the organization leaders feel on the inside. And most of the time they keep it in, but not always, as you can see. But to me, it means freeing not only myself, but helping free somebody else. So I no longer have any agreement with the teachings of that organization. I have turned around, and since I don't agree with it anymore, I feel like it's laid upon me. My heart tells me that it is of the utmost importance to be on this channel, sharing my experiences and claiming that title of apostate if it means helping one other person. It would be great if it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, and many more. But if I could help just one other person not to suffer, you know, the things that I've suffered, then it's completely worth speaking against the organization. So just so you know, you're not going to die a horrible death if you use your voice. They just try and scare you that way so that they can keep their sheep in a nice, you know, little box, for lack of a better term. They don't want, you know, anybody to deviate, and they don't want you to listen to anybody that has deviated. So they try and demonize that as much as possible. And what they do in order to keep people in the fold is they tell you, blank stare in your face, you will die. And that's just not true. It's not true. Anybody who would truly believe, and I was this person at one point, anybody that truly believe that God Almighty, Source, Abba, the maker of the universe, is going to destroy you if you're not a part of one single organization on this entire planet, you're naive. Sorry. It's the truth. That is the biggest lie that you have been told thus far, that you believe. There is not one organization on the planet that is going to be your save-all. You cannot stand under the umbrella of one organization and think that life is going to be handed to you. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. All right, y'all. We will have another time to talk. It has been, for some reason, mine isn't telling me how long it's been, but it's been a long time. So I'm going to let you all go. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope there was a lot that we gained, not only by hearing the conversation with Warwick, but by the conversations that we've had down in the feed. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being here. All of you were such a tremendous, wonderful support to me during this. And we will do it again. I have one more visit to make to the actual Kingdom Hall. So see you then.